Decluttering. Does that word give you anxiety just hearing it? Let's chat. Hi, my name is Tammy Bartles, and welcome to my channel, Pursuit Over Perfection, where I help women organize chaos one routine at a time. Right now, we are working our way through a series about home is where the heart is, and we're talking all about how routines can simplify your life, and part of that is actually decluttering your home as well. Now, I get it. This is something that some people find really stressful and they feel overwhelmed and thinking that it's so much to do, or maybe they've been wanting to declutter and you've been really feeling like you want to get rid of, but you don't know where to start. And I'm here to give you some practical tips on how you can start and how you can even start small. I want to give a shout out to Dana from A Slob Comes Clean, and she also wrote a book called Decluttering at the Speed of Life. Now, I had been decluttering prior to reading her book, but she gave me so many practical tips on how to really move forward and not get stuck in the midst of things. She also talks about decluttering and not leaving a giant mess for you to clean up later. So often we feel like we have to pull everything out of our closet. And then what if we run out of time and you can't go through all of it? Well, guess what? Then you shove it all back in and you've basically gotten nothing accomplished. So here is where you can come in with some more tips on how to simplify that and make decluttering more like you're peeling an onion of your home and taking layers of it off at a time. First of all, it's always important to start in an area where you can see it. So many people think that, I need to declutter this junk drawer. I can't even shut it, blah, blah, blah. But guess what? Once you do shut it, you look around your home and you realize, what did I even do? I've not even helped simplify my home at all. I've thrown out a few twisty ties and different things that were in my junk drawer, but what did I actually accomplish? The trick is that you really want to do something that is visible so that you can build that excitement and build that momentum to make yourself want to keep going. For instance, your kitchen counter. It's really difficult, but if your counter is clean, my guess is you feel this sense of peace. You feel like you could cook more dinners because your counter's already clean. Who wants to cook when you have to clean off the counter before you can even start cooking? I know I don't. That's definitely something that I struggle with. Another thing to keep in mind is maybe it's the living room. How many blankets do you have in there? How many pillows do you have in your throw pillows? Are you constantly having to pick them up? Maybe that's something that you don't want to deal with, and so maybe you could remove some so that it's less time you're handling all of those blankets and pillows. Maybe it's the toy room. And yes, I know this is a hot topic, but kids really do need less than we think they do. And they even need less than they think they do. And trust me, I have seen this firsthand when I have peeled back layers upon layers of toys from my kids' playroom. It's amazing how much better they play the less that's in there. So many times we can tell when there's too many toys in there. It gets to the point where they don't want to clean them up. There's too much that they get everything out and then they're just frozen because they see too many toys and they don't even know where to begin. Aren't we as adults so often the exact same way? How can we blame the kids if they get frustrated and then we get frustrated because they're not cleaning up their toys? And we all are actually acting the exact same way. Another area that really helps in seeing it is your closet. You get dressed every single day. Every day you're having to go into your closet and really look at, what do I want to wear? And sometimes you're looking at clothes that haven't fit you in 10 years. And yeah, maybe you have this dream of fitting back into this one specific dress, but do you need all other clothes that are in that size? Probably not. And plus, if you were to lose the weight or if you were to have a life change, wouldn't you want to treat yourself to some new clothes or to maybe getting some that are in style right then? That's just some things that you can think about. You want to start in an area that you see daily. Maybe you need to start with your clothes and then show your kids how simple it is. Or maybe you need to start in your office, or maybe you need to start in an area that you're visibly seen. Paper is a tricky one because yes, while it is something that's right there, it also goes from having this giant stack of papers to still a small stack of papers. And it's kind of like this Maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. It also can be a simple thing, as simple as throwing the trash away. My guess is that if you really need to declutter, you could go to that basement and find 5 things that could just easily be thrown away. Some practical questions that I like to ask myself. When is the last time I used this? When is the last time I wore this? When is the last time that I really needed this? That's question number 1. Question number 2, if I were to need something like this, would I even remember that I had seen it? So many times we'll be going through some stuff and decluttering and sorting through things, and then we find something like, oh, I've been looking for this. But did we even know that we had it? And if you were looking for it, you clearly didn't need it that badly. Or if you did, you probably bought another one, and now do you know where that is? So make sure that you put it where you're actually going to think about where you could find it. And if you didn't need that one, then you probably don't need 2 of them. So I'd just get rid of it. And number 3 question is there something else that can do the job? If it's an item that you're going to use so infrequently that you almost don't even remember that you would have it, maybe there's another item in your kitchen or in your living room that would serve the same purpose. So maybe having an item that could do 2 things for one is better than having one item to do one thing. I used to have this egg slicer, and while it was super convenient, I really don't slice eggs that often, and you can do it with a knife pretty easily. And it was taking up some pretty valuable space in my drawer. So since it wasn't the best shape, I just decided to donate it. It's little things like that when you add up over time, they really can make a difference. I love how Dawn from The Minimal Mom brought up the idea that everything in your home is inventory. As someone who has a degree in supply chain management, and inventory management was my main job at one of my previous jobs, I loved that idea. It's something that really drove in the idea of me managing my home and managing it as a business, and that everything is inventory. And we only have so much space for inventory, and it becomes obsolete after so long. Food goes bad, clothes no longer fit, clothes go out of style. That is where the routine comes in. Maybe you've started out with a giant decluttering day or month or something like that. Kind of what I did in November of 2020. I went through this major purge of tons of things leaving our house. But by January, I realized there's more stuff I can do. Or it's a matter of there was more stuff coming in because Christmas had happened and we needed to sort through things once again. So it's a matter of figuring out a routine and knowing that, once a month I'm going to go through my closet and see what have I not worn that's been since that last month. Maybe you wait until it's been 6 months that you haven't worn something, but I think you also, if you're honest with yourself, you'll know which clothing you truly love and you don't. If it doesn't make you feel good, why are you still keeping it in your closet? If you aren't loving wearing it, move on and get something that you do enjoy. You can clearly see that decluttering is something that I have found to be so incredibly helpful in my home. And maintaining the decluttering is something that is always having to happen. It's not a one and done. Nothing in life is going to be done once and not have to continue on. You can't just do one workout and then be fit and healthy. You can't just drink water one day and be hydrated for the rest of your life. You can't just declutter once and know that things are going to stay in that shape for the rest of your home life. No, it's a constant looking at everything in your home and evaluating, is this adding value to our life? Is this something that is useful and helpful, or can I do without it? Consistency is key, and creating that decluttering routine is something that I would love to help you with. So do you have something in place that you go through every month or every week or every quarter? I'd love to hear some of your decluttering routines in the comments below. I'd love for you to like and subscribe to this channel. Share this with your friends, anyone that needs some ideas on moving forward and decluttering and simplifying their home. Stay tuned for more videos on routines, and I hope you have a blessed day.